Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're all doing well. We're back, day 2 on Cabot Cove. Yes, I'm relaxing. I've been very busy. I like that mohawk in the background. Going to take one more look at our island as it stands. The river right next to resident services, I'm thinking about nudging it up a bit. But I don't know if I'm going to mess too much with the waterways. I think it will all have to do with where we put villager houses. But that's for the future me to worry about. Today, we are mainly going to be building up Nook miles. I did pay off the 5,000. And as you can tell, we have a little bit bigger store. And is it Mabel? Mabel's here. So we'll be seeing her hopefully soon. And I'm always saying the wrong things. I don't mean to be misinformation, but you buy $5,000 worth of items from her and she'll ask you to build the shop. I think that's how it works. So she wants to come over and sell clothes, and I'm all for it. I love buying clothes. I try to get at least one of each item, unless they're the really super out there weirdo stuff. Like rice stuck to your cheek and a Band-Aid and all them other goofy things. Not my cup of tea. That doesn't mean it's a horrible thing. It's just not me. So, we're going to be collecting Nook Mile tickets. And in the meantime, I figured I would try. Hopefully, editing me will remember to put up a few of the villagers that I'm thinking about. Hoping I will get. Hi, Mabel. Welcome to the island. I love the store in this function right here. I don't know how to say it. At this stage. It's so cute. I hope to have enough Nook miles to be able to hunt a bit longer for what I really would like. And I'm not going to go color, themey. It's just not me. I don't have that kind of talent. And I certainly don't have the resources. But I'm just feeling not necessarily neutral, but very light colors for the villagers. And only because I'm thinking of being a little bit vibrant with the island. More color, brighter colors. And that to me is just a summer thing. And then I guess as the seasons start changing, we can think about changing our villagers to match. But I don't want to get too matchy. I'm always, that's just something I tend to do. And I'm trying to branch out and change and try new things, be a little bit different. And then the other thing that is driving me nuts, and it always does, I think I mentioned this in the first video, and there are a few things that I need to correct. I just hope I remember them all. And the first one is, I think 1313 Mockingbird Lane is the Munsters, not the Addams family. So I made a mistake there. The entrance. I'm not a huge fan of maze islands. I do not like claustrophobic islands. That doesn't mean that I hate everybody who does that. That's, oh gosh, here I am apologizing again for speaking my mind. It's my island. I'm decorating it the way I want to. I cannot personally do that. I just need a bit of open space to make me feel comfortable. So when it comes to an entrance, I believe I have already tried waterfalls and tiered terraforming. And the tried and true method with me is a very wide path with the island tree on either side leading up to the resident services. Wow. I'm looking at that cuckoo clock, but I don't know. As you can tell, I haven't got very many bells. So I did dig up my first star on the ground, put 10,000 in. That's why I'm broke. But I'm determined to get at least 40,000 Nook miles so that I can buy 20 Nook mile tickets. That would give me 130. And then I'll feel much more comfortable doing these island hops. The other thing I've been thinking about is the first 3 villages. I think on our last island, I let them autofill, didn't I? I don't know how fun that was. I think what I'll do is I'll take 10 tickets for each villager, normal, lazy, and peppy. And whatever hits me, I will take, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will be my forever villager. It just means for the time being, this is good enough. I hope that makes sense. These are all the DIYs I have, and you saw me buy from the Nook brothers there. I'm going to try and make as many DIYs as I can, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to litter my island with them. I think this is just to get the 3 stars to have KK come along. But it's not a top priority of mine. I hate to tell you this, and I hope you don't get too disappointed in me, but even if I do get the terraforming tool, it's probably going to be a little bit before I actually start doing anything, because this time I really want to stare at the island and hope inspiration strikes. I usually don't even wait for inspiration because it just never happens. So I will idea my way through an island. This is my very first reaction. I was stunned. I'm like, what is taking so long? I keep talking to these two, and they're not being rude yet and saying, geez, how many times a day are you going to bug me, you know? I'm sure that will happen when the other guys come along, but I'm like, hasn't it been long enough? Shouldn't I get at least one reaction by now? And you'll notice as I'm running around, I didn't really highlight it or anything, but I upgraded my house to get more storage space. So the kids are in houses now too. And I mean, there's no point in even going through them because my goodness, they're so bare bones. And then I got this DIY from a balloon. I was so happy. I love the shell fountain. It is so pretty. But the lighthouse and the treasure chest are from my old island. Yeah, I think everybody knows what this means. Oh, and I will apologize ahead of time for barking dogs, creaking chair, and the sump pump. Can't be helped. I've got my headphones on. If you hear it, I am very, very sorry. Welcome to my world. So we all know what Tom Nook is leading up to here, eh? The getaway package. That didn't come out. I'm sorry, my allergies are really acting up. It's been so hot, but so windy and damp that we leave the windows open at night, and that just does me in. So my throat is affected. It feels like I have water in my ears, and I know I don't, but it's just, oh, it's horrible. And then my eyes. Not going to complain. Tom wants me to put down 3 plots. I'm not going to do that yet. I want to build up the Nook miles. I will not bore you with this. I'm just kind of letting you know these are my plans, and it will get done eventually. I promise you. But I really want the 40,000 Nook miles. It is a grind, but it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. I just keep doing the Nook Plus, which I finally got. Thank heavens. So yes, my house is upgraded twice. So I got the bigger living room, the front room, and then I got the back room. And I mentioned, I think in the last video, maybe it was the first one, I'm not sure, but I did not want to take any DIY items to my daughter's island because I'm under the assumption, and I could be wrong, you're welcome to let me know. I should have said this in that last video. If you already have the item, your chances of getting the DIY for it are slim to none. That's what I'm going by. So all I took over there were the Nook Mile items, things that you have to pay with Nook Miles, the lighthouse, resident services items like the clock, the telephone booth, the benches. I think there's an arch. I'm going to have to redecorate them, but I don't have that feature at the moment. Yeah, I'm taking my time. We're going to have to say goodbye to Blathers in your tent. We got to move this along. It's going to look so stupid there. But the more I move along, the sooner I will be able. I think once I put those 3 houses down, or maybe it's after. Gosh, don't tell me it's when resident services updated that I'm finally able to move plots. Oh no. Maybe I'll have to work a little bit faster. So this is everything I've collected. And I'll give him his 2 items and then he will be closed for a day to turn in the beautiful marble building. Sorry, had to itch my eye again and I didn't want my chair creaking. So I took my old Nook Mile items. I grabbed wood, iron, stone, clay, the usuals, just so that I would have enough. But my goodness, this islet seems like there's an overabundance of trees. I don't have the ladder yet, and I know I will get that eventually. Not going to worry about it right now. So you might have noticed earlier in the video, I was trying to plant a few more flowers. I could have swore I got roses, but I'm wrong. So I'm going to have to go back to Timmy and Tommy's and see what's in there. I believe it's only a red rose. I would like a white rose so that I can get pink roses, but that's beside the point. Doesn't really matter. It will happen eventually. What else was there? The neutral colors for the villagers. Like I said, I hope I put up. You know, it's not necessary that I find those exact villagers. Those are villagers I would like to have, but it's more the color tone that I'm thinking. I just don't want any vibrance, so I'm going to try to avoid blue, red, orange, and bright yellow. And anything that is like really, really, like Rio, who we had on our last island, that is way too much for what I'm thinking for this particular island in the summer. I want to go with more calmer. Bright pink as well. I'd like to avoid that. I am getting a lot of pink and green items, and I like the color combination. I don't mind it. As you can tell by my outfit, I ordered those from Nook Shopping, Nook Stop, whatever. You have to do it at the ABG at the moment. I don't have that on my phone yet. And then I think in the last video I mentioned about wanting to use custom codes for pathing and little pretty things on the beach. I do have 2 or 3 of those screens, but I never remember to decorate them. But see, that's something I really have to work on. I just don't feel confident making like an ice cream parlor and things like that. I have done it in the past when we had meringue on the, not the last island, but the one before that. I think I gave her an ice cream machine, and I tried to put like flowers and stuff around her house that looked nice, that matched with her. Yeah, Blathers, no more tent. Well, you enjoy your museum. I'm sorry the people are walking around upstairs. You're going to hear that as well. I am sorry. I just noticed that. Oh, can't avoid noises. I try so hard, and it never works. Bye, tent. Very cute tent. I really like the tent, but it's gotta go. Progress. So I'm just gonna move all of this stuff off the beach, and then we're gonna continue looking for, well, not looking for, but doing Nook Mile tasks. I just hope I can do this. I hope it works out. So it's gonna be a lot of exercising, fishing, bug catching, tree hitting, and selling items, buying items. Our orange trees came up. I planted the 3 oranges that Mom sent us. So we have, yeah, that looks like a yellow rose. And I think that's the one that Tom Nook gave me. I could be wrong. He may have given me the 5 red lilies. So it is possible that lilies are our sister flower, not tree. We don't know the tree yet. And it could be oranges, who knows? I'm hoping that it's peaches. Our very first island that I ever worked on was peaches. And I kind of miss those. But we'll get them all. We always do. I don't quite remember how it happens, but we end up getting all of the fruit. The vegetables, that's going to be a long way off, but I figured I would mention it. I always end up not getting something. Last time it was, what was it? White and green pumpkins. Leaf never sold pumpkins, which was odd because it seemed like every other time that was all he was selling was pumpkins. Oh, this was another thing I thought I would mention, and I'm thinking about it. I can't promise you anything because if I get too frustrated with it, yeah, I think these red lilies are what Tom gave us. So lilies might be our sister flower. I would like to try. I'm going to make an attempt at getting my own blue rose. I took 3 blue roses, 2 blue windflowers, and I think 1 blue pansy, and 1 purple windflower from our old island. Brought them here, and that's about it. I do not have any problems getting hybrid flowers, but I really tried so hard, maybe too hard, to get a blue flower on an island, and it broke me. So I never tried after that. I want to give it one more shot, and I'm not going to, kind of like the museum, I'm not going to knock myself out with it, but I will check on it. I will see if there's any progress, and if a month goes by and nothing happens, I'm digging it up and I'm moving on. I'm not going to give myself a migraine over something that silly. It works for some, It doesn't work for me. That's all I can say. Or I'm just not understanding the directions, which is highly likely, believe me. So I did get a suit. I was not aware that Timmy and Tommy sold those. I don't know why. I just never noticed these things. But I got that suit from my daughter's island at her Nook shop. Nook? Nook's Cranny. That's what it's called. And we're going to have to do some diving, so maybe we'll see Pascal. Because that's one of the Nook Mile things. I'm not too concerned about getting the island decorated and up to the 3 stars just yet, as you can plainly tell. I wish I knew for certain when I can move buildings. I don't think I'm able to do it until Tom gets his resident services. And that's kind of sad. Because that museum's going to be on that beach for quite a while. That was a dumb thing to do. But I did look at my map the other night. And I know I have mentioned already, probably several times, so I apologize. That balloon is right over the water, and I'm not taking a chance. I did pop one. It went in the water. I thought you got Nook miles for that. I didn't. I didn't get any, so I was a little sad. Not only did I lose a balloon, but I didn't get anything for it. So I'm not going to make that mistake again. I looked at the map, and I mentioned that I want to keep my shops close to resident services. And I think I have a pretty good idea of where I want everything to go. And I think I'm going to put the museum behind resident services. And I'm going to put the 2 shops toward the beach on our left. And we'll leave it that way for now. And then when I do get my 3 villagers, which you have to place down on here, so I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of these trees. I need the wood, so it's no big deal. Oh, and I forgot to mention, well, you probably already noticed it, but I did get the shovel and the vaulting pole from Blathers. The only tool I do not have at the moment is the ladder. So I'm pretty good to go. But I did get our gold tools from our last island. I brought those with me as well. And yeah, I don't know. Timmy and Tommy should be selling regular tools now, right? Now that they have their shop. So I should be able to get better tools than the flimsy stuff that I'm using. But it is good to use the flimsies so that you can get the Nook miles for breaking tools. And I think if you break enough of them, you get the gold axe. So we could go for that. I already got an essay set in a balloon. Oh well, now we have 2. I could use the bells. So here we are. This is about as far as the Nook miles get. I do go into the ocean though. It was so hot when I did this that it was like, yes, I wish I could be doing this in real life. It was unbearable yesterday. So hot and it was like 98 degrees and the humidity was 100%. It was horrible, but at least there was a breeze. So we're getting there. We're closer and closer to the 40,000 Nook miles I need to buy 20 more tickets. And then I'll put down the plots and we'll go, probably in the next video, we'll go on our villager hunt and hope that we find decent villagers that I'm interested in. They don't have to be top of the heap and they don't have to be perfect. But I would hope that they're in at least close to the color scheme that I'm thinking. And it might not even work out, who knows. We will see when it happens. That's the way I kind of like to do it anyway. I like it when it hits me and it's like, oh my goodness, yes, I most definitely want them. There he is. Hello, sweetie. We get our first feel this on our new island. So sorry about those dogs. I don't know if I showed the recipe. It was the... Oh boy. Mermaid flooring? I think. Yes. I don't know about that. You're just chewing, which you're supposed to do, and then boom. Alright! So, we're closer and closer to those 40,000 Nook miles. Let's see if we can get him to eat that scallop. He's so cute. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of the video and for supporting my channel. I really appreciate that. My voice is about to go. Look at him eat that thing. So cute. Take very good care of yourselves. I hear a balloon. Have a fantastic day. Darn it. And I will see you in the next one. Oh, and I got this for helping Gulliver. Gulliver. Oh boy. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.